find a parking space, going to Google is not really the option. You have to kind of look at this particular app and find a parking space, and even then, it doesn't tell you where the parking space is. So the new way of doing business is an agent can communicate with tens of these parking places, wherever the parking is available. It calls you, it reserves it for you. It improves the efficiency of actionable predictions and actionable data, and that's really what you'll see from us over the next few months.
Well, and very helpful information. I mean, just for living day-to-day life. I mean, not having to waste time driving over a parking space is huge. So, in addition to all the other applications that Fetch is able to do. Well, thank you so much, Mine. Congratulations on your partnership with Michael as well, and I appreciate you giving the update today. Best of luck.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back. SoMee is a social media platform that is based on the blockchain, and it's where users can actually make a little money off of their social media content. And in fact, YouTube and Twitter influencers have added SoMee to their repertoire of social media. So with me today to talk about that, we've got Wendy O, and also Ben Armstrong, aka BitBoy, and also Jason Appleton with Crypto Crow. So I guess let's start with Wendy, and Wendy, explain your move to SoMee. Why did you do it? How does it work exactly?
So actually, BitBoy reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to join on SoMee? And I said, sure, because I've heard about it in the past, and I'm always looking for alternative social media that incorporate crypto, because number one, you get to earn cryptocurrency by posting, so essentially passive income. If you're very good at posting, it could be a lot of money, and it's also good to have a backup just in case Twitter gets shut down or YouTube gets shut down with all the centralization going on.
Very good point. And, we don't know exactly where social media is headed. Okay, so Ben, BitBoy, just tell me a little bit about, so you kind of started this? You got everybody involved? Like, what brought you to SoMee?
Yeah, so I have some connections with some people that work at SoMee and things like that. I had heard about it, and then I found out I had some some workers, some friends that were involved in it, and so I took that opportunity to check it out. I see a lot of benefits to decentralized social media, and I've had some problems with YouTube myself, getting strikes and warnings that I didn't even need that ended up getting removed, and it leads to loss of revenue and all kinds of things. And it really makes you think, like, what if this thing that I built for 3 years gets taken from me? And it really lines up with the message of cryptocurrency, which is decentralization and trying to make sure that there's not one point of failure.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that are on YouTube, that's it. If it gets taken, we kind of saw the same thing with TikTok recently, where a lot of TikTok influencers were terrified that it was going to get taken from them, and what were they going to do, because they built their entire brand on it. Well, you got to move out and get on other things. So kind of a censorship-resistant platform like SoMee, it just lines up with what I believe in, and that's why I got involved in it.
Yeah, good points, actually. And Jason, just tell me a little bit about how you got started, and talk about like kind of the same things that Wendy and has talked about. I mean, in terms of censorship, and I know they kind of clamped down on crypto too in recent years as well. So that's added to it.
Well, I had actually, thanks for having us, by the way. And, I had originally got into this from, leaving the mortgage industry. And just when I kind of explored decentralized blockchains and kind of realized what it was all about, it just kind of pulled me in. And, the whole very nature of decentralization is kind of like Ben said, there's not any one point of failure. So, I like to decentralize everything I do. It's not just about blockchain. It's kind of a lifestyle. I decentralize my phones, my computers, just everything, so that there's never one point of failure. And, when I discovered SoMee, it was one of those things where I had actually I've been looking for kind of another social media platform to really start focusing my energy on. And there are a lot of tools, some of which are still coming very, very soon. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing, and I forget who it was. I think it was actually the CEO, and sent me a Telegram message and said, hey, are you the real Crow? Because I have a lot of impersonators online. And I said, actually I am. And, and so I sent him a little audio clip and so forth to prove it. And we got to talking, and he was explaining him and a gentleman that helps with their marketing. We just kind of got into a little group, and they started explaining the platform, which I hear a lot of pitches all the time about, the next big thing. But when I actually went and I checked it out, I thought, this is going to be solid. And so I started using it, adopting it, and You know, and they haven't even really gotten started yet and letting the world know. But I guess this is one of the first efforts. So here we are.
Right, yeah, I mean, and Chris, you know, the CEO, I've done a few things with him, and I know he's really been persistent, you know, getting this out there, because there is that education thing that needs to happen. And speaking of that, Wendy, I mean, what do you think needs to happen for crypto decentralization to kind of reach the masses?
So that is a very, that would require a very long answer. So I will keep it as short as possible. Most people in the world are not STEM majors. They don't understand about technology. Do you understand how your cell phone works or how your credit card works? If someone was to say, what does this technology do? How does it work?
No.
Right?
Really? Yeah.
So that's the majority of the population. I grew up poor. I grew up in the lower middle class, and people I grew up around, all they care about is paying their bills and making sure things, you know, their families are taken care of. So really, to get people excited about cryptocurrency, we need to focus, and decentralization and the importance of it, we need to focus on gaming. The gaming industry is really big. Everybody uses social media. If you can have, I've used SoMee. SoMee is very seamless to use and actually utilize their blockchain technology. You don't even know that you're doing it. So gaming, social media, and then obviously there are some professional industries that could use blockchain as well. But I really think kind of focusing on social media and making it very easy and a seamless transition will be a great way to get more people excited, because if you have no idea that you're using blockchain technology but it works, you're going to be more enticed to continue to use it.
So anything you see, Jason, coming down the pipeline for SoMee that might make it more valuable to you or might entice some others to join?
Well, I think primarily, I mean, their marketing. I mean, they built a tool that is really, if you think of like Facebook on the blockchain, you know, that's kind of what SoMee is right now, with a lot of extra tool sets associated with expanding your reach and broadening your message, or your reach. So, you know, I know that one of the main things is they're getting ready to upgrade their smart contract with a lot of security features and other things that, you know, the general public isn't necessarily going to know or understand. They're not going to have to know. All they need to know is that a lot of us tech heads are keeping track on what's happening, and we're there because we believe in what they're building. And so, you know, once the marketing starts to really hit home and people start taking notice that SoMee even exists, let alone the functionality and the tools that are empowering us to do a lot of things that other blockchain or other social media platforms are simply not doing, and just the security, the privacy, a lot of the things that they offer that we're simply not getting. And we're seeing, you know, the way Facebook or even YouTube or a lot of these platforms are censoring the public, whether it's on a political level or, you know, which to me is getting beyond disgusting, because now these vast tools are being used for political means or just all sorts of different things. And we need something that kind of sits in the middle, you know, empowers the people to share their voice without being thwarted or muted or any of that nonsense. You know, we need a neutral partner. And that's kind of what I think a social media platform should be. And I think ultimately that's what SoMee is looking to do. And by building this on the blockchain, they're really kind of establishing that foundation. So there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. I mean, honestly, I would suggest just checking it out and using it. You're going to start seeing a regular, I mean, I've been seeing a pretty consistent stream of updates and things that are being added and fixes and changes and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I would just suggest checking it out.
So I want, as we wrap up here, I want each of you to tell me where people can find you on SoMee and other social media sites as well. So Wendy, let's start with you.
So my handle on all my social media outlets is going to be at CryptoIndio. And if you talk to anybody else that is not at CryptoIndio, that is not me. So I'm on Telegram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on SoMee, I'm on Twitter, I live on Twitter, I'm on TikTok. Not really a big Instagram person, but I'm on BitChute and also and Library as well. So that you can find all my content there. I do daily crypto videos, I do a lot of technical analysis, a lot of blockchain for beginners type of stuff.
Okay, I will check it out. Okay, Ben, where can people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me on SoMee. Just search Bitboy Crypto in. My link will certainly come up.
Yeah, okay, Jason, let's wrap up with you. How can folks find you?
You can find me by just looking out into the stars. You'll at least see the top of my head. You can find me. you can find me. I'm Crypto Crow. I'm Crypto Crow on YouTube. I'm Crypto Crow on Theta TV. I'm getting ready to help them with their launch here soon for video on demand. So you're going to be able to find a lot of exclusive content of me there. I'm obviously on SoMee. Just plug in Crypto Crow. I'm not very big on Instagram either because I'm just not that pretty. But that's primarily it. I'm Jason Appleton on Twitter though, because I've had that account for years. So, but yeah, Crypto Crow, and beware of impersonators, because I think we all have them. So, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of kind of shenanigans that happens in the crypto world. So everybody's got to be careful. So thank you so much, Wendy and Ben and Jason, for joining us. And best of luck, and I'm going to check you guys out on SoMee.
You should.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back. Electroneum has millions of users and app downloads, and people are continuing to sign up daily. So with us again, Richard Ells, the founder and CEO of Electroneum, to explain. We've talked to you several times already. Richard, always great to get an update on the company and just kind of bring us up to date. So you're still having people sign up. Explain how the business is going right now.
Hiya, Jane. Thanks for inviting me back on. Yeah, it's going very well. Originally, when we first launched, we said we were setting out to be a cryptocurrency that was used by the masses. So we designed it from the ground up to be used by the masses, and 4 million users is quite a lot for a cryptocurrency project, but still not enough for me to be happy. But nonetheless, we're building an ecosystem that enables empowerment of people, so people can earn Electroneum rather than having to just buy it on an exchange or what have you. And through that empowerment, we're seeing much greater adoption and real world use than I won't say every other crypto project, because of the big ones like the Bitcoins of the world, but certainly it puts us right up in the probably the top 5 for real world usage. So it's good, but we've got more things to do yet.
Well, and I took a look at some of the jobs that you're offering, and it was very cool. So I could hire somebody in Africa to make a graphic for my business. And it was really cool. So explain how people actually can use Electroneum for their day-to-day business or small businesses in their lives.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've got a platform called anytask.com. So I would urge anybody who's watching to go and have a look at anytask.com. It's a freelancer site.